they want her to be the representation of their racism and, you know, like their view on the world, and she's not like that.
Caitlin Clark fans, get ready, because something incredible just occurred. WNBA star Jonquel Jones stepped up and fiercely defended Caitlin, completely shutting down the criticism directed at her. With constant negativity and envy coming from players such as Aya Wilson and Angel Reese, it felt like the attacks would never stop.
Caitlin Clark is not my problem. She's not my enemy. She is. And by the way she's been dressing and showing up. All right, if you need help paying rent, is a Angel Reese OnlyFans coming up next? I mean, it's kind of the next step. Can't pay the bills, gotta pay the rent. Showing a lot of skin. She looks okay for now.
Jonquel Jones isn't staying silent. She's stepping forward to defend Caitlin and revealing the truth behind all this toxic drama.
And I think you have to be careful when you say like the Fever fans, because I don't think it's the Fever fans. I think it's the people that wanted Caitlin Clark to be a certain type of way and they thought that she was. And so they became Caitlin Clark fans, assuming that. And then they realized like, oh no, she's actually not racist.
Jones didn't only defend Caitlin. She also highlighted how the media manipulates stories and showed how Caitlin's critics are exploiting her success to push their own agendas.
There is nobody interesting in the WNBA past or present except for Caitlin Clark. They've all shown themselves to be sexist, racist, petty, ridiculous.
This is a major turning point, shaking up the entire basketball world. You need to witness how Jones flipped the script on Caitlin's critics and silenced the hate completely. Stay tuned, because this is the moment Caitlin's fans have been eagerly waiting for.
One of the more interesting aspects of this fanhood is that some of the biggest supporters of Caitlin Clark are not whites. They're actually black males.
My advice to Caitlin, kind of keep your mouth shut, because everybody is looking for you to say anything and they're going to splice it and cut it and make it a negative thing. The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in.
My advice to Caitlin is to stay quiet, because everyone is waiting for her to say something they can twist into negativity. What I truly admire is how she's bringing more attention to her sport, drawing in larger audiences. Let's get into it. Jonquel Jones didn't just speak up. She gave a fearless, bold defense of Caitlin Clark, leaving no doubts. Jones recognized the constant attacks from Aya Wilson and Angel Reese, whose comments have crossed the line from healthy competition into outright slander.
That idiot Angel Reese is trying so hard to latch on to Caitlin Clark by being the heel and then crying about it. You all did this. You all called her a white bitch constantly. You all did this.
Caitlin has faced intense criticism, and Jonquel isn't going to sit back and watch it happen. In a recent interview, Jones confronted the negativity directly, criticizing the media circus that has been fueling this feud.
And so now they have to kind of like backtrack and try to find somebody else that can kind of embody the things that they feel. That the WNBA gets it in order and make sure that they have like things in place, because no one wants to play in a situation like that. I don't think it's fair to the player.
She emphasized that Caitlin's critics are distorting her success to serve their own stories, and Jones is committed to setting the truth straight. She pointed out that instead of celebrating women's basketball, Caitlin's detractors are more intent on bringing down a player who has accomplished so much.
Listen, if people want to portray and paint the narrative that there are racial tensions in the WNBA as a result of Caitlin Clark, I would say that's their own problem.
Jones defended Caitlin, noting that her true fan base consists of genuine basketball enthusiasts, not the small group of toxic individuals spreading hate online.
What a bunch of spoiled, jealous brats. All I want to hear from them is thank you. It's my pretty privilege. Just shut up. Like either that's important to you, you have that vanity, or you don't, but stop bitching about it.
By taking the stand, Jones went beyond defending Caitlin. She made it clear that Caitlin's talent, skill, and accomplishments deserve respect, not petty jealousy or rivalry.
Angry that a white girl has come in and dominated what could not be even approached.
Now, the real story goes deeper. What Jonquel Jones is addressing isn't just defending Caitlin Clark. It's about challenging the distorted portrayal of Caitlin and her supporters.
The ratings were phenomenal because of Caitlin Clark. But we all realize that Caitlin Clark single-handedly is responsible for the WNBA mattering.
Aya Wilson and Angel Reese have spearheaded the attacks on Caitlin, portraying her unfairly. They've attempted to use Caitlin's fans as pawns to advance their own agendas.
she's amazing and she's getting all this attention, and some nasty press reporters are upset about it. We read a piece on Friday with this woman saying the face of women's basketball has been black and it needs to stay black. Okay, racist.
They've been labeled as racists just for not approving of how Caitlyn presents herself, but Jones refuses to accept that.
I think Caitlin Clark is doing the right thing, rising above all of the crap that she's had to endure. The amount of fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other. Caitlin Clark was worried about playing the game, and that is why she got Rookie of the Year. She was not worried about the BS.
She's emphasizing that most of Caitlyn's fans are simply passionate about basketball, not motivated by racism or hate.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star.
Watch her play. She plays at a high level, highly skilled. She's the best passer in America, and she's the best shooter in America.
The small number of toxic people who exploit Caitlyn's fame to spread negativity don't represent her fan base.
If she would not have joined the WNBA, these numbers would not be the way that they are with or without her, right? So it's not about Caitlin Clark not being in the finals or being in the finals. It's the fact that Caitlin Clark is in the league that is allowing other teams to still have these pretty decent ratings in the finals.
Jonquel slammed the unfair generalizations, reminding everyone that a small vocal group can easily be exaggerated by the media. She highlighted that the real problem isn't Caitlyn or her fans. It's the media's constant hunger for drama, using a few bad actors to unfairly label an entire community.
You know, for whatever reason, they decide to get themselves involved, whether it is actually malintent or maybe they just want to get themselves in the headline. A lot of players got the spotlight this season because of Caitlin Clark. Not to mention just overall, Caitlin Clark brought millions, literally, more eyeballs to the league this season.
Jones's statements are breaking through the noise, making it clear that this isn't just about one player or a handful of upset fans. It's about the bigger picture, the growth of women's basketball and the respect it deserves. Jones is urging everyone to look past the headlines and recognize the truth.
There is a Caitlin Clark effect on all of basketball, and especially on women's basketball ratings. Kudos to her. She has elevated an entire sport.
Caitlin Clark has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived a league that was the WNBA.
She's confronting the jealousy and hostility from Caitlyn's critics, ensuring that the true story doesn't get lost amid all the chaos.
You know, their life is in danger, or that someone wants to harm them because of the color of their skin, or harm them in general. So it's crazy that they had to deal with that.
Rather than allowing these stars to portray Caitlyn as a controversial figure, Jones turns the narrative around, questioning why the attention isn't on Caitlyn's accomplishments and the rapid rise of women's basketball.
I don't think the WNBA is ready for this type of attention that she's bringing. Racism. Everybody's talking about enough with the racist BS. She's nasty. She knows how to ball. Everybody else is jealous. They're pissed off because you're getting this, like, it's ridiculous. And we're never going to advance as a species, and we're never, if he keeps having that type of attitude.
Jones criticized the media's obsession with controversy, highlighting that they're not only misrepresenting Caitlyn's image, but also using her to fuel a harmful narrative that hurts the game. She noted that rather than celebrating Caitlyn's record-breaking performances and her talent for engaging fans, some outlets and rivals exploit her success to create division. Jonquel Jones fiercely defended Caitlin Clark, calling out critics like Aya Wilson and Angel Reese for spreading negativity and fueling drama. She emphasized that Caitlyn's success is about talent, teamwork, and growing women's basketball, not petty rivalries. Jones highlighted how the media twists narratives and how real fans support the game, not hate. Caitlyn's record-breaking performances and leadership are bringing massive audiences and inspiring the next generation. By standing up for her, Jones is protecting the sport's future and demanding respect for women's basketball. Caitlin Clark is a once-in-a-lifetime player whose impact on the league is undeniable.